可是今年感觉不会很冷。
那个蓝色妖姬。
今年圣诞节应该可以穿比较清凉一点。
清凉一点。
对，服装。那不是我，那不是我。我们会再多几套清凉一点的。
达悟族。
OK，
达悟族。
What do you say? What do you say?
那也清凉。
你们多念点书啊，不要再闹。好，已经3年级要那个啦。你明年不是就要考研究所吗？
没错。
心态都要调整一下。那个班长，那个读书风气要培养一下。像那种比较闹的啊，就平常就那个用罚款。
罚款哦，我提到钱会比较不一样哎。
对，那就是让他不要讲话。你要班长有一点那种治理，当做那种这种怎么讲？这个叫也不是敛财能力啦，这个叫什么？道济天下之逆人。这个像班上有同学有一些敢怒不敢言啊，对不对？那我们替他们就说不要再闹，不要再闹。要念书了，差不多了，3年级已经差不多了，再来就要毕业了。我讲真的，好不好？你们不要太闹。我跟我的专题生一讨论完，我一回来，居然你们都同样是3年级，为什么有那么大的差距？在我心中产生一些的阴影。就我一看到你，我就知道原因出在哪。
没有，绝对不会是我的原因。一个巴掌拍不响。
真的吗？
对。
就代表我也很闹。
没有。
好，下次。
我的意向。
Objective analyze data to understand the reason for variation and identify potential root causes. So, we like to identify the root causes. This is several ways. So what is this for? The Ishikawa diagram. What is the Ishikawa diagram? 班长拿一张那个纸出来签名，今天第一次点来看，好不好？没有来的赶快送讯息，叫他来，我也照相，好不好？只要在我下课前的前1分钟踏进来就 OK。Yes。好，没关系。那个帮我写一下白头翁车祸，树上掉下来。Okay? Sure. Yeah, this is. Yeah, 天地安排的。你就帮我写10个例子。
他中了吗？
他2次确诊。
他2中了。真的假的？我操！
你叫他传那个给我看。现在你要叫他传，现在给我传过来，2条线我才算。然后视讯一下。不是，不能说不出席都是确诊。
那太夸张了，
这太夸张了。
对啊。他好像这几天就不舒服了。
他前天就发烧，然后昨天就没来。
好了，没关系，你叫他传那个什么？
自摸那个自摸。
对，那个私讯我。
自摸2条。
Okay, back to it. The Ishikawa diagram, that is a fishbone diagram, cause and effect diagram, right?
这个很好笑。
And the parameter chart. 就是这一趴，我后来发现我上你们班的课心情会比较浮动，这两个铜板才敲得响，对啊，所以说你们要控制一下这个，老师将来会那个这个回家作业多出一点，控制班上的读书风气，这很重要。OK，
怎么会这样？用单打还单打。可以玩一下基础啊。
Ishikawa Pareto diagram or the 4AD. The determined process capability, throughput, and cycle time, there's if we like to evaluate how capable the process is, the CP, the CPK, and the CPM.
那第二个是什么？
Then going further, formulate, investigate, verify the root cause hypothesis. So going to use the check sheet to perform the hypothesis testing. So why we do the hypothesis testing? Why we do that? Why we do the hypothesis testing? The purpose of doing the hypothesis testing? Why we do that? Okay, there's a null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis, things that there's a claim. We would like to test. It is true or not, then we collect the data from floor, then to see. The evidence collect from floor is really really favor the claim in the null hypothesis or not. Okay, then go to the improvement, generate, and the quantify potential solution. So going to compare the best practice for benchmark. So for example, we'd like to compare the best practice semiconductor manufacturing. So what is the best practice? Going to be the TSMC, right? So you like to compare, so you open a chain store. So like a steakhouse, then you like to compare the best practice in industry. So who's going to be the benchmark? Chris or Smith Swarovski? The steakhouse, the most famous, the global class, the world class, the steakhouse. Then Lucas and anything else? Yeah, ACA in Ambassador Hotel. So there's there's some benchmark like to compare with. And finally, we're going to control the develop ongoing process management plan. So the OPMP and the mistaken group process, Tokoyoka. So this is called the error proof. Error proof mechanism, and finally monitor the control critical process. Going to identify what is the most critical process. We're going to check how many. We check the tally. We check the number of the mistaken or error or failure occurred according to different process, according to different operator. Then monitor control critical process characteristics, develop an out of control action plan. So once there's an out of control signal has been found, then what kind of action going to be taken in order to mitigate? Mitigate the assignable cause in order to bring the process back into the control, for the mitigate or alleviate. Try to resolve or compensate for mitigate. passing going to be, so there's a something I don't want to discuss. Okay, chapter 3. We're going to read that. We're going to read that by itself. Okay, let's move to chapter 3. Modeling process quality. The learning objective. To construct and interpret visual data display, including the standard lead plot and the histogram and the box plot. This in terms of the visual diagram that is used as a descriptive statistic tool. The computer interpret the sample mean, sample variance, sample standard deviation, the sample range. Explain the concept of random variable. So how would you define what the random variable is, gentlemen? How can you define what the random variable is, please? Gentlemen, say something.
他说他怎么定义？随机在这样的随机抽一个东西。
Hello， 我在跟你讲话，你要回我啊。Hello, lady. Bail him out. The sister of the twin. Sister. Yeah, is the outcome of an experiment. So, like the x, for example, is going to be the function of experiment. Like draw a card from the deck of cards. We're going to toss a coin, or we draw a dice. Experiment x could be the head or tail or the number. So x is going to be the function of the experiment, right? Then, yeah, it is stochastic. This is probabilistic. There's a distribution. Like you draw a dice. What is the probability of you getting 1? What is the probability when you draw a dice? 1/6, right? Totally, we have what is the sample space of drawing a dice? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're going to be equally likely for each number of the dice. So probability for each number to appear is going to be the 1/6. Right? So determine probability from probability distribution, understand assumption of each discrete probability distribution. So probability distribution can be classified into different types. Can you tell me, lady? So there's a classified into 2 types of the probability distribution. Can you name that? Yeah, very good. Very good. The discrete, discrete. If the random variable is considered discrete, the probability distribution, no. So it's a probability function is called P and F. Right? What a P and F is, nothing. Yeah, probability match function. If it is continuous, so it is considered as a PDF. Something what PDF is.
扩大法，
累积
扩大法。
Yeah, probability density function. So, continuous selective probability distribution uses this application. Okay. Then we're going to use a probability plot to check, to evaluate how close of the probability to the distribution we assume in advance. And finally, use approximation for some hypergeometric and binomial distribution. We're going to quickly review. So if you do not feel comfortable when I review those things, I strongly suggest you just go back to check your. There's a text. This is a text about the elementary statistics. In my class, there's a book, right? Do you still have the book? Do you have the book, or you just sell them out? 这样，你废纸回收对不对？
没有，我还有还在，保存的好好的。
Okay, first one, stand and leave display.
So
this is a cycle time in days to pay employee health insurance plan. Like you get COVID, so you just claim. You claim insurance. So the insurance company is going to pay you the compensation, like if you get positive in the recent days. So told you 40, and this is a number. This is 30, 30. In the 30, they're going to 3, 30, 31, 32, 33, 33, and 34. So we put the 8 right here in parentheses. Do you know any indication why we put the parentheses right here? The this unit, the 1, 30. Question? So there's a claim total, you will have 1, 2, 3, 4. Total you have a 40, right? So 40. And 16. So total we have units, so we have 16, 17, 17, there's 3. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is accumulated, right? And there's a 13. Why we think so? We have up to here total of 13. 3 plus 5, 8. 8 plus 5. So this is 13, right? Accumulate here, there's about 8. So total of 21, right? So 21. So this number, we put those numbers in parentheses, doesn't mean there is a median. In between. In the middle. Median, something like that. Yeah, it is stand in the middle. Yeah, 13 is 20. This is 8 plus 13. This is 21 up to here. So in here, this is in the middle. Stand and lift. Okay, in type order, so horizontal axis represent the time for the data to be collected. So this is called the time series data. So typically when we deal with time series data by using the machine, typically you like to use the machine learning or deep learning for dealing with the time series data, typically the recurrent. Neural network.
Này nó là
As a frequently utilized for the LSTM.
con rồi từ đó thì cái gì
The long short-term memory could be the one of the deep learning method to accommodate the time series, or recently we have what's called the spatial temporal. Neural network. Yeah, to deal with the time series data. Okay, this margin, by using the Minitab to produce by the Minitab, this is time series of the health insurance data. It's 1 to 40. You can see the trend. You can see the trend. Actually, time series data, this is help us, help the analysts to see the trend or cycle. Or any pattern.这个签名签到哪儿了？是不是签完了 ？OK， 就 pass. That to somebody have not signed up. Okay, histogram. The histogram, one of the most frequently used diagram we use for descriptive statistics, the group value of the variable into bins. It is an interval, made of the 1, made of 5, or made of 10. Then count the number of observations that fall into each bin. How many numbers? That means the tally. T-A-L-Y. That means the tally. What's the meaning of the tally? Do you know that, gentlemen? Tally. When you just lock in the room, like a quarantine, actually you don't have the watch, you don't have the cell phone. Actually, no, you don't know how long you have been in the quarantine, so you just put the mark. We call it tally. 就像我们画政治，你不知道你在监狱里面待了多久，就是画那个政治，就 call it tally. So this is layer thickness. This is called the angstrom on the semiconductor wafer. So going to the layer thickness, like so if the wafer, like we construct building 101. So we call the interconnected layer fabrication. So typically for a wafer, we produce, we manufacture in the DRAM or the logic or flash drive or something. For this typically over 500 until the 1,000 layer built upon the surface of the wafer. Actually, this is for bare eye you never see. However, this is over 1,000 the layer constructed upon the surface of that. So we're going to take the measurement of the thickness. So that unit, the matrix system is called an angstrom. Angstrom. You could you put the A, put a circle on the top. So 1 times the 10 raised to the power minus 6 for the M sum. Let me check.
手臂维度都不一样。用拳那么扎实。
Then, so we plot the frequency of the relative frequency, that means in terms of those tally divided by the total number of the observation, then we represent as a percentage for that particular beam. Like this is called a beam, right? This is between, this maybe from the 400 to 410. So from 411 to the 420. So this is the beam. Between this interval, how many number of observation that fall within the beam? Then that is plotted as a tally, or called a frequency, on the horizontal axis. Right? So this is metal thickness mini-tap histogram for the metal layer thickness data in the previous paper. So you can see that. Why we see that? Why would like to draw the picture like that? Ready? From Qingyi, right? No. Which group are you from? Chaba, yes. Yeah. Why we like to plot this diagram? Must be a purpose. Why? Must be a purpose. Why? Things that we can see what is the central tendency, right? And anything else, Yang? What else you can see from this diagram? Yeah, good, very good. Then the first one we like to picture or to determine what is central tendency. Second, this is data dispersion. The data dispersion, how wide the data has been distributed, or how compact of the data going to be distributed. So additional mini-tap graphs. So this is mini-tap histogram 15 beams. This is compared with one we only use a 10 beam. This is 15 beams. sometimes going to manipulate to change the number of the bean to have a better representation. So it is not so ad hoc. So there's no fixed number of the bean frequently used in part in histogram. So going to try, you can determine number of bean by using try and error procedure. So we perform the cumulative frequency plot of the metal sequential data plot. So from here, we get accumulation. So this is going to monotone, non-decreasing. Monotone, non-decreasing, right? So here we just accumulate that. So horizontal axis represent the percentage from the 0 up to the 100. Like a parabola plot. So this is the cumulative frequency plot of the metal thickness. So this is called the monotone non-decreasing.
你也很小声吧？喂。
Then this is surface finish defect in the painted automobile hood. So the historical number for your reference. Then numerical summary of the data. So the equation 3.1. Yes. So the sample average. What is, how can you differentiate between population and the sample? Okay, the sister of the twin, the younger sister. Your older sister, your younger sister of the twin. 你是姐姐，你是妹妹。Okay, younger sister. So what is the differentiation between the sample and the population? Yeah, there's a random sample. So sample going to be a smaller group out of the population, right? Like, so totally, if the class is 200 students, we only take 10 students. So the group of the 10 students go to the sample of the population is 200 students in my class. So take the average. Then, how about this? The sample variances. So so why we need to compute the sample variances? Why? Why? 建家 Why? Yeah, let's see the data. To see the data dispersion. Like, we're going to compute the data dispersion. How wide the data has been distributed. If the sample variance is quite large, that means, yeah, it's quite dispersed. The distribution is so wide. Like, if we compute the sample variance of the midterm exam of my class, if the standard deviation is large, that means there's somebody going to so sample. The smaller so the population going to be the multi-model. There's a group of students may get really high. There's another group that get really low, so they really detach. So know that sample variance is simply the sum of square deviation in the numerator. We call the numerator. denominator is this one. So this is the n minus 1 the denominator. Square deviation is observation from the sample mean, x bar, divided by the sample size minus 1. Why we put the minus 1 in the denominator? Why? Muscle? Mr. Muscle. What? Why we put the minus 1 in the denominator? Why? Why not minus 2 or minus 3? 你不要帮他讲，跟他讲是这样。你跟他一样刺青，你就可以帮他讲了。对，也是
秀出来是那个自由度。
Yeah, good, very good. Do you have a tattoo as well? Show me your tattoo.
他有纹身贴纸。
Yeah, let me see that. Or in somewhere I cannot see.
我们明天有给你。
The last one they go free.
是我跟你还有
是光夜市，我们一人出4块。
那怀疑你调的。
对。
因为他是在警戒吧。
Where would lost one degree of freedom? Since right here. Right? X bar. Since X bar has been known. We lost one degree of freedom. A friend from Hong Kong, do you know why we lost one degree of freedom when we calculating the average? 小光? No? Somebody? 自贡? Why we lost one degree of freedom? 现家?
说为什么我们失去了自由
Why? Why? Yes. Why? Because I saw you, right? Why we lost one degree of freedom? Yes, please. Yeah, exactly. This so clever. This lady so clever, so wise. Not like you. Why? We have 10 people. We have 10 people. Okay. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This we have 5 people. So actually their weight are random variable. Things that they're going to measure their weight from day to day. So the random variable is up and down, right? So we're going to take the average of the, so we calculate the average of the weight of this 5 gentlemen. Then once one, so those 5 are independent each other. Degree of freedom going to be 5. As long as we know the average weight of these 5 gentlemen, so only the first 4 are independent. Once we know the first 4, the number 5 going to be known, since we know the average. The average multiplied by 5 going to be the sum from the total weight of these 5 gentlemen. As long as we know the first 4 and the number 5 going to be a constant. Get it? Right? So would you like to say it again, lady, to explain to the class? Yeah, last one. It's not a random variable. It must be a known, right? Since you know the average already. Very good. Okay, then we take the square root to the sample deviation is a measure of variability. So we already have a sample variance. Why bother to taking the square root of another one? Friend from Hong Kong? No? You never learned the statistics before? Have you? Are you taking now? Yes. Under which supervision? This semester, who is the lecturer? Oh yeah, he is good. Good focus. 你也在修啊？
没有啦，读过。
Yeah, how lucky you are. Yeah. Why would you like to have taken the square root, lady? 机械 Mechanical engineering lady. Yeah, how about you? Hey guys. What do you think? Why? We already sample variance. Why bother have another one by taking a square root? The same. 为什么? Why? Why do we need have another one? Hello? So where's your book? Book, I mean book. Okay, next time, bring it up. Pardon?
他现在在问为什么要开根号，
Yes.
就是在说那个
Why not another one? Gentlemen, hello. I'm talking to you. Why have another one? Why? Must be a reason. Yes. Yeah, good. For example, in original we have x bar, right? If it's a measure in the cm, centimeter, and we have a sample variance, then what is the unit? Cm squared. When we take the square root, then it's converted back to the same unit as the mean. That's a y. We like to compute the mu plus or minus 3 standard deviation. So, can we put the sigma square there? No, they are not in the same unit. So we need to take the square root to convert the variance back to the same unit as the sample mean. Yeah, very good. Yeah, box and whisker plot. Box and whisker. Right, let's go about that. Thank you. Okay, next week please bring the chapter 3 and chapter 4. I'm going to upload to the slide of the chapter 4 to the high school. Also put on the line group. Please just print it out next time. And remember, bring your textbook. Okay, thank you guys. So appreciate it. The box and whisker plot. The box is like this. The whisker, the two whisker, like our man's beard, okay? For the box and whisker. So what is the upper circle? What the upper circle indicate? Means sharp. Next. And this is the name. Oh. And sometimes there's a line horizontally placed in the box. So it's going to be the median. How to spell median? MEDIAN. Median. Like this. And this is the Q1, right? No. Q3, I'm sorry. Q3. And here's the Q2. And this is the Q1. Q represents 25%. 25, 50, 75, 100. Okay, we take a break.